Here's a deep dive into the story of Conor Weston. We could go forever on this, but I'm going to give you a top level overview. But essentially, my family are entrepreneurs. My mum and stepdad have always done it's like out of the box. So they're entertainers, DJs, magicians. They do kids parties. They do everything. They work on cruise ships. They do quiz nights. Like they just do it whatever they need to do, and they make cash. Now they're into property, and they mainly do property, but they also do some bits on the side. So it's a bit about my parents, and for me, those guys have always just hustled. I've watched them hustle in a non-traditional manner for my whole life. So for me, it was almost like baked in that I was going to be following some sort of similar path where it wasn't like too corporate and it wasn't too boring, and there was a lot of fun experiences on the ride. So that leads into like my first job is they used to work at Alice in Wonderland, which was like a theme park, and my old man would do Punch and Judy shows. He would do magic shows. My mum would do face painting and temporary tattoos. So I started working there at like 12 and was walking donkeys around the field. After walking donkeys around the field for a while, I graduated to the filling up water balloons so people could slingshot water balloons at each other. Then after that, we used to go to a lot of festivals. My sister ended up like becoming a stilt walker. I ended up becoming a unicyclist, doing lots of Diablo, devil sticks, and juggling. And then we all learned to make balloon models. We were taught by our parents to make balloon models. So then I worked in a fish and chip restaurant, Harry Ramsden's, on Saturdays and Sundays, and I'd go there from 12 till 3 and offer people balloon models, whether it was for a woman on her birthday or a kid that's there, or mums for Mother's Day, whatever it was. I would just work there and make balloon models, and I would get paid by Harry Ramsden's, and I get tips. Did that for a number of years, and then while I was doing that throughout school, when I left school, then I went to sixth form, became a tradie. I was moving plasterboards up and down, rocking up to sixth form with fucked up clothes because I was just on the tools all day. Did that for a number of years. Did a lot of carpet fitting in that time, and also sometimes doing tree surgery as well. Then after that, I moved into a water sports college, and while I was just working there, I really just learned to cut hair on the side with my mates while learning how to windsurf and sail. Then I got a job in Greece, so I moved out to Greece. One day this woman came in to my college, was like, "Who wants to work in Greece for the summer?" I was like, "Yes, please." So I ended up applying for that, got that job, worked in Greece, in Rhodes, the island, for 7 months. Then I went to La Plan for the winter season, which is in France, and I was a winter host where I would host the guests and do evening entertainment and meet them for lunch and whatnot. Cause a bit of carnage, really. Then again, I went back to Rhodes, did another season in Rhodes, then did a winter season in Val d'Isere where I was working on a barn. Then I went back to Greece again, but I went to Limnos. Limnos is one of the more northern Greek islands, and there I was the beach manager or senior instructor at that time. But I acted like the beach manager. Then I went back to Val d'Isere for a second year after that. Then after that, I went back to Greece and did Limnos for a short stint. During that season, I ended up going home because my wrist broke on the winter season snowboarding. I had to go get one of them operated on, and then during that time I basically recovered. I went to work on a super yacht, Haida 1929 72-meter super yacht. We went from Falmouth, so I lived in Falmouth for a long while. We grafted hard, then we went to the Canaries, then we went to Palma, stayed in Palma for a considerable amount of time, saved up some money, came home, then went to Mexico with my best mate Dominic. We were in Mexico for approximately a year, selling timeshare and having fun. Then came home, worked in recruitment for about a year. Wasn't my bag. COVID hit, so I left that. Got back into tree surgery, and when I was in tree surgery, I ended up starting a door-to-door cold call knocking service during COVID because it was just the perfect time because everyone was at home. Everyone wanted a chat, so we did that for a short period, saved up some cash. Then I moved to Bali for the first time. Came here, did some modeling, set up a little cold call team. We were doing some sales, some work, some content, that sort of. Then I ran out of money, wasn't too fast, went back home. Then I got back into construction. While I was in construction there, what I was looking for was another sales job, so I ended up getting a business development job with Halfords. While I was doing that, I then ended up just sort of like, because it was fully remote, that job, I ended up getting given a car, given everything really, good pay, and I was working for Halfords. And then what I would do is take my phone with me, and then I'd go work on a building site at the same time. So I was getting double bubble because this is what I do. I also set up a little content plan then, so I was still making content at the time. Then I moved to Mexico, so I moved to Mexico again for approximately a year, saved up 15 grand and then went. And then in that time I helped set up a Airbnb business in Tulum, and then I also worked with my aunt doing like a timeshare insurance product as well. After that, I just knew I was doing the wrong thing. I was like, I keep on joining businesses, I keep working for businesses, but I don't have any power, I don't have any dominance within these business. I just have to do what they say, and I'm not allowed to do things as I would, which is for me is like with speed and aggression. And I just think it's the best way to operate. So I went home and I was like, you know what? I'm not leaving the UK right now until I have my own business and I can basically fully work abroad without anyone telling me that I can't, like full autonomy. So I got a job at Lead Forensics. I was the SDR manager for about a year, and during that time I just hustled. I was fucking crushing it there, teaching people, fucking building sales teams. And then on the side, I was also doing content. So I built a content agency called Coco. We were doing good numbers and I was doing that on the side as well. But I started 5 businesses. Western Boulevard, which is the clothing brand, coffee import from Mexico, tequila import, well, Raicilla import from Mexico, and a slabbing business. So I've always been good at working on the tools. So I do a lot of slabbing on the weekends. I basically worked every day for like at least 10 years, like without down. There's been some time off, don't get me wrong, but like very little. I've had like one vacation. But like I would work Monday to Friday, usually on sales job, and then the weekend I would probably hit the tools. So I started a slabbing business as well. So I was doing like exterior design for like landscaping, essentially putting down big slabs, basically just doing landscape for gardens, doing foundations, and just general geezer on the tools. And then the other business was the content business as well. And I also did personal training, online personal training, which I started all of these businesses just to see what I liked, what was helpful, what was good for cash flow, and what I really wanted to do. In the end, I dropped everything apart from the content agency because I love making content and I've always done it. So just one of those things, got a couple of clients and I was like, perfect. I got a good little cash injection in from the content agency. Then I moved to Bali. When I moved to Bali, that content agency I tried to do as like a viral ecom video store, like a drop servicing sort of thing, productized service online, and ended up fucking losing all my money in that because I didn't know what I was doing and ads weren't my fucking speciality. Then I was gonna go run to the mines in Australia and make some pee. And I was like, I'm going to become a YouTuber. And I'll just, in my off swings, I'll just swing, work on the mines. And then off swings, I'll just make content. Bum, bum, bum. I was like, I've been running for a long time. I'm always going home. I'm always going for a plan B. So I was like, I burned the boats. Then when I was here, I met a few guys and we built a fucking conversion rate optimization e-commerce landing page agency from the ground up. We did 30K a month pretty much instantly. Run that for about 8 months. I started off in sales and then I ended up becoming more like the operations director with part of the business. Then I had to leave that because there was just lots of falling outs between multiple founders. And then I took a month off. Then when I took the month off, I'd messaged a few people, got back into full remote sales. I've always done sales as a whole and always close deals. I've also done a lot of lead gen as well. So for me, if you can do lead gen to a good level, you can definitely close because it gives you the mindset of a closer. Without a doubt, you just have this resilience that you cannot buy. If you do door to door, if you do cold calling, if you do standard lead gen, you're a different type of dog. And then I got into e-commerce offer. Obviously, I just had an e-commerce agency. I knew fucking tons about e-commerce. That went pretty well. And then I continued to build my brand. I continued to invest in myself in coaching for building my brand. And then my brand fucking blew up. So I built Cowboy Closers, and that's where we are now. We're just trading from I think like March this year, and we're just fucking running it up. Like for me, I just want to train people how to better their life. For me, what I want to teach is sales because I know so much about sales. I've been in the game for a long time and I can just help people shortcut their fucking experience. It's taken me a long time to get to where I am, and I know that I've made loads of mistakes along the way, so I can just give people that knowledge that they necessarily won't have right now, especially for the young guns and for the people who are older as well. I've had people who are older than me come in, get a sales job instantly because they got the experience and know how to package themselves. But for me, that's kind of like a quick synopsis of my story. There's a lot more stories, there's a lot more fucking deep, dark, funny bits to it. But as a whole, that's it. I've worked in construction for a long time. I've worked in sales for a long time. I've worked in hospitality for a long time. I've always just done shit. I worked in water sports for a fucking very long time. And I've always just done shit to make shit happen, because at the end of the day I know that I'm the only person that's going to make shit happen in my life, and that's really all I want to do is just make shit happen, have fun, and be the man that I want to be. And now I want to help people do the same thing. Obviously sales is just the first part, and if people want to learn more about like personal branding, content, marketing, then I'm all ears. I fucking love that. If any of that story screams out to you, then drop me a message. Much love. That's the very basic story of Connor West. Ciao.